Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for game number 3 to decide the winner between EG.Axslav versus FXO.Sheth for winners round 1 in the IPL Season 1. Some of the best players coming together to compete here. For IPL Season 1, only one of them will be crowned the king, and this is just one step in a long journey to make it to that StarCraft 2 throne. I am DJ Wheat and excited to find out how this series is going to end. We saw Sheth with some very early aggression in the game number 1. Axslav, though, just playing a remarkable game in game number 2, just really showing some of the fantastic mechanics of the Protoss, also utilizing that deadly air combination build, which combines the Phoenixes and the Void Rays to do some initial harassment. And Axslav just knocked his opponent down one rung from the ladder at a time, and Sheth just had to concede. But here we are, game 3, the game that will decide it all on Metalopolis, close by air. Let's take a look at our positions and introduce our players. We've got our purple Zerg, FXO.Sheth, spawning in the western position, and his opponent, the blue Protoss, EG.Axslav, spawning in the south position. Now, close by air. And on this particular version of Metalopolis, it's MLG Metalopolis, you cannot spawn close by ground. So, for example, if Axslav is here, Sheth could not spawn here. Sheth could only spawn in the position where he did spawn, or cross positions up here. Now, what I like about this particular spawn, and we break it down, because spawn locations usually dictate different types of games. Now, having a close by air spawn position could trigger a player to say, I am going to do some air harassment. Of course, as the game evolved more and more, of course, players got smarter and go, we're close by air, so I'm going to be ready in case there is any kind of air harassment. However, the other cool thing that is close by air is it means that each player basically has a side of the map. You have to kind of go down here to the corner, and I know that this is not with the game, but imagine that there's an imaginary line that goes all the way through the city of Metalopolis right here. And that means that Sheth will be able to take these expansions going all the way around, and his opponent will be able to take these expansions going all the way around, effectively splitting the map. Now, we did have a pylon go down here. We saw it briefly out of the corner of our eyes, but it looks like it was canceled. Hatchery goes down immediately. Doesn't really matter because it was a pool gas speed. We already see that build. We already see that speed is on the way with Lings heading out early. Now, I like this early Ling harass from Sheth, but I have a feeling that after what happened in game number 1, Axslav is going to be much more prepared for this and not let any kind of crazy shenanigans fool him. Now, another thing that happened is in game 1, we saw those gateways go down from Axslav a little bit earlier. You can tell just by how long Warp Gate research has been underway. Instead of doing that, he's getting an additional sentry, putting down only one gateway. He'll likely add another one behind it, or you know, we could see, we'll have to see here as, I don't know. Well, I think we're going to see another gateway. Yes, so there it is. Another gateway does go down. 3 gate and a pylon out here for vision and warping in. Nope, not going to put that down quite yet. However, there is a pylon in the back right here. Zerglings might actually scout this. Let's just take a look at this Zergling vision. Ooh, that's a great place for a pylon, folks. Take notes. Unless you're actually going back there and scouting it, it is going to be good. Probe is coming in. Queenie not going to be able to stop that as he's going to get full information on what's going on here. Probably saw the gas finish there, knows that there's going to be Zergling speed, but probably assumed that it was going to happen anyway. Now, Probe is going to go sneak in here. However, Sheth knows that that Probe was in here. So we're going to have Zerglings coming back out. Zerglings going to be like, no probes in our base, buddy. Through the smoke, they find him, and he will get taken out. So no trickery going to happen right there. Pylon does go down at the natural for Axslav. Couple of Lings there, do see it. We hear the warp gates opening, and we do have gate 4 going up here. So pretty much the same build over and over. Uh-oh, couple Zerglings get in the base. No, good warp in by a Zealot at the top of the ramp. Both Zerglings will go down, but the Zerglings will manage to see the Nexus that has gone down. So we're going to keep a close eye on these bases because right now we've got a pretty standard opening by Axslav. Now here's some things you need to consider. Do we have a probe with this army? No, we do not. But the pylon is already here. Now he would really like a pylon here, maybe right here, sometimes even hide it in the corner right there or up here by the statue, basically making it so the moment you warp in these units, they're immediately getting into battle. Now we got a spine crawler going up, and we have a few queens out as well. There's a lot of sentries here, but not as many zealots. Gonna have to be careful here. Good job with those zealots, and is he going to be warping in some more units? We have some more coming in from the side. Again, another great early attack coming out here by Axslav. He really seems to know this timing, but this is what he's got to be worried about. Those roaches coming out, and those roaches can devastate those sentries in numbers. Now you can see the force fields going down. He's trying to break up those numbers, forcing the roaches to fight, and I cannot believe this all-sentry army is doing this much damage here. Now, he hasn't warped any units up using this pylon over here. He just continues to bring them in from this pylon over here, which, of course, does take longer for units to get here. 10 Zerglings coming out, 2 more roaches on the way. Axslav doesn't want to overextend himself too much. Zerglings do come out. They'll manage to take out 1 sentry, 2nd sentry, and he's got to get out there. He's got no more zealots to help out. He's going to try to use the forces. Oh my gosh, he could lose a lot of sentries right here. Oh, he loses another one. Finally, the zealots do come in. Zealots have to really maximize the damage against those lings, and Axslav getting overrun here by the swarm. 3 queens coming out. They're saving their babies as the roaches are left. Poor sentries. They cost oh so much gas having to run away. Roaches stutter stepping. And I really like these early attacks by Axslav. We're going to see Robo Facility being thrown down, but the timing of Sheth just seems to be perfect. He gets that spine crawler up right away. He's got the roaches coming, and despite the fact that the force field gets thrown down, one thing that you gotta note about Sheth is how great of a unit composition he has. Roaches when he needs them, lings when he needs them, and now here's what's going to be interesting. Now he still doesn't have vision of this pylon here on this 3rd base, but the moment the creep pops, the creep will give him vision behind the line. I believe so. I'd like to be right on this one. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out in a little bit, won't we? We'll find out if Wheat is just totally full of it or if he is right. But that's always one thing you got to consider there. We're going to have some overlords come over there anyway, so he will eventually find that. Now, there's the lings all around the base, scouting here for Sheth. We're going to have an observer come out. Yes, observer. Do we already have one out on the field? We do not, so this is the first observer that's going to come out. And be like, uh-oh, we got a pylon back here. Better react. Now I'll never know if you get vision with that hatchery. I'm going to have to go back in and test versus the AI. Here come the lings. I'll never know. All right. See, that's the problem, is that now these overlords, I wish I could negate their vision to see if I was right or wrong. Who cares? We'll just say I'm right. Yep, he would have gotten vision of that. No problemo. All right, here. So we got a lot of sentries. A few stalkers out. No upgrades quite yet. Burrow, roach speed, and +1 missile attack is being researched for the Zerg player. He's decided to put up a spore crawler preemptively. The Hydralisk Den already going down. And a spine crawler there at the front. 2nd hatchery, and I love this hatchery placement. We see it in a lot of different places depending on the type of Zerg. But this hatchery is good because it's right in between the 2 bases. So if you're going to drone up, the drones don't have to travel that far. And with your queens right here in the middle, spreading creep, they can also inject really easily. Hydra Den's down. Expect to see groove spines come out here eventually. Very important upgrade, especially when you see the extended thermal lances coming out. So observer knows that this 3rd base is up, knows how long it has been up. Oh, Ling's going to attack here on this Nexus. Almost missed that one. Nexus took some damage there, but will not be canceled. Lings will just back off here a little bit. The entire army of Axslav does have to respond to that. Looks like we had a goop on the robotics facility. That will, of course, stop this Colossus. Now, if you don't know what that is, this Overseer here, which is a great tool because not only does it detect hidden units, but you can also run Contaminate on a building. Contaminate does shut down its ability to produce. He could have taken two things here. He could have gone ahead and stopped the Colossus production, or he could have stopped the research here. You know, I guess it's up in the air, whatever the Zerg likes to do. We've got a big force moving down here by Sheth. And that first Colossus is out, but he's going to want to attack before that static defense is up and running. So here he comes. He could easily take out one or two of these pylons, but no, he's going to go immediately for the Nexus. And then he will burrow and get out of there. So I think that was pretty smart. Whoa, not really sure what that was all about. But 3 roaches being donated to the cause. He's going to keep a few units over here. He can still run in and do some damage right over here. 4th base going down for Sheth. Looks like there's roaches now with roach speed. Will be moving back. Tunneling Claws also almost finished. And Tunneling Claws is one of those upgrades that people always used since the beginning of time. Since beta, since retail. But we've been seeing it a lot more versus Protoss because, quite frankly, force fields suck for Zerg. They ruin your day. And so by getting the Tunneling Claws, even though there's always the risk of observers being there, you can sort of avoid some of the dangers of the force fields. Now, it does look like Axslav is going to move forward. The other great thing about Tunneling Claws is that it heals you. It gives you like a Wolverine X-Factor style healing. And that's always a good thing. So you can quick heal units if you don't commit to a battle. And hold on, we could have a large engagement happening right here. Spire's almost done, so there will be no Corruptors going out here. Oh, he could. No, okay, he's going to attack into it. We do see some force fields coming out. He doesn't really have to burrow quite yet. We've got more units coming in. But those force fields just, you see in combination, the force fields with those Colossus are just absolutely devastating. One Colossus was actually in good vision here, and he will take out that 4th base. That was a nice little victory. Got to watch out for protecting the infestors, even through a couple of fake Colossus in there going in through the back. Let's see how they do. A big Fungal could be really big right here. They don't have the energy quite yet, but it will be coming out soon. Fungal, there it is. Fungal on the units. That's going to do a lot of damage too. Those Stalkers there are going to get a second Fungal. No, he is not. 2 Fungals did go down. And will these units be able to stop this force? Man, oh my, finally the Corruptors come out. There are just a few units left, and yes, Sheth is going to be able to clean up this. Well, I don't know. Both Colossus do come down. We've still got some Corruptors left over, so yes, Sheth will be able to stop this attack. He actually has quite a few units now. Will he go ahead and try any sort of a counterattack here? There are a lot of cannons, so I'm guessing no. But Roaches will give chase. They'd really love to take down that Colossus as it runs away for its life. Oh, slow Colossus is slow! And it goes down, imploding into a bunch of metal bits. Looks like gold base is about ready to be put up by Axslav. Denial by Sheth. And Sheth is looking pretty good after that battle. He's going to put down that 4th yet again. Has quite a few units coming out. Let's take a look at the upgrade for our units. 1-2 for the Zerg player. And for our Protoss player, only +1. So he is getting +2 right now. But he has no armor upgrades. A second robotics facility going down. And again, love this transition. You know, the Colossus, he saw the Corruptors coming out. So what do? Well, they take a long time to make. They're really expensive. And your opponent has a lot of roaches in his army. So you hope that the Zerg continues to make units, and you make Immortals instead. So Sheth, the Zerg player, is now going to be faced with another unit composition. And this is achieved pretty easily here by Axslav. These Immortals, they are devastating, especially in numbers versus these roaches. So we're going to watch out for that. We've got Lings continuing to do some scouting. They are going to see that this gold base goes up and a lot of static defense there. So it's going to be very difficult to attack and take out that base. Did we get another goop? Oh, double goop on the robotics facility. Goop is what it kind of looks like, but it is Contaminate. Contaminate is what the Overseers cast. Corruption is what the Corruptors cast. And you can always remember because it's named after the unit. Corruptors cast Corruption, but Overseers cast Contaminate. There you go. Lesson of the day. And then, of course, Corruption, what that does is increases the damage taken by 20% for 30 seconds. So that can, of course, be incredibly useful against a Protoss army, against any sort of army, against those high hit point units that take a lot to go down. Now look at this force moving out. A lot of infestors here, about 5 infestors. Got several roaches as well. Will he attack into the gold? I do not think that would be smart. Poke out. Force fields are inevitably going to be going down. Oh, one infestor already down, even though the fungal goes out. Here come those corruptors. They are going to be casting corruption on a lot of these units. But even the cannon's doing some major damage here. And you notice those immortal... Oh, Blink coming into play. And this is ouch, ouch, ouch for the Zerg player, Sheth, right now. He's going to blink in again, take out those very expensive infestors. And will he go ahead and just attack into this? He might want to wait for a couple more units from the robotics facility. There he's got a couple more Colossus going out, but I really love how he ceased to continue the Colossus production and went to Immortals. Now he's mixing it up. Colossus out of one, Immortals out of the other. His upgrades are starting to catch up now as level 3 is on the way. Still no armor upgrades. Do we have level 3? No. 1, 2. We actually have +2 melee attack coming out as more Lings are going to be coming in. And there are the Broodlords as the Greater Spire did get researched. Broodlords will be good, but Broodlord's not fantastic versus the Blink Stalkers. What Axslav is going to want to do is he blinks underneath the Broodlords and is able to quickly focus fire those down. So the Broodlords need a supporting army and they need the range to be effective. But when you've got this many Stalkers, nearly a page of Stalkers, that could be very, very difficult for the Zerg to battle. And here we go. There's going to be an inevitable battle right here. And actually right now the Broodlord's in a great place, but there is the Blink immediately wanting to get rid of that threat. 1, 2, 3 Broodlords go down. No, 2 Broodlords go down. Third one might go down, but it may not matter. The rest of this army is doing an enormous amount of damage. And look at what is left here for Sheth. It is not a lot at all. We will see Axslav back off just a moment because he wants to be sure about... Wow, look at the amount of cannons. He wants to be sure about winning the battle. Now, what he has done is he's made this gold like no man's land. Yes, there's a hatchery there for the Zerg player, but with Vision right here, Colossus can do some harassment. It's going to be very difficult for him to keep that up. He's continuing his unit production here. We have a few more Broodlords on the way, more Corruptors being added into the mix. And, well, we've got how many Colossus right now? 4 Colossus, a bunch of Immortals. It looks like he is going to move up for the attack here. And there is that harassment on the ledge that I was talking about. It's very annoying here. He's going to want to turn around. He does not want to lose that Immortal. Immortal doesn't also want to be at the front of the base. Has an opportunity to take out a bunch of these Corruptors as they are going to do a lot of damage versus 1 of those Colossus. Now moving forward, and I just feel like Sheth not able to collectively get his army to fight together. Fungals are not going down. He's just losing units and not getting anything back in return. Right now it is 188 food for Sheth to 199. We've got a DT shrine going down, a dark shrine. We've got Protoss air weapons level 1, but 5 ultras on the way and ventral sacs being researched. Can this transition over work for Sheth? Or will Axslav be able to crush this army? I do think this is still in favor of the Protoss. He's going to go. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Using this hallucination to try to trick the Zerg player into thinking there are units there that are not. Will he move forward or will he decide to go for another expansion? Looks like he's going to go for another expansion. Does not have a pylon, but I do think this is a smart move. He's going to try to take out the economy now from the back, but does he have units out of position? No, actually, he gets a very, very good position as all of his Colossus stay very, very safe. There we see all the Broodlords coming down, and here come the Ultras. Ultras going to be able to do a ton of damage versus these Stalkers here, but that is all there is, and Ultras still need support too, and Fester's going down, and this could be GG right here. We see 40 Lings, 5 Ultras, 4 Roaches, and 1 Hydra on the way. Another expansion goes down. I do not like it if Axslav goes up this ramp. I do not like it if he goes up this ramp, but he's going to do it anyway. He's effectively going to, I mean, the Stalkers can get out because they have Blink. He's probably going to be able to take that out. You can see that he's burrowed all of these guys. More Links coming in right now from the back. He's going to be devastating those with the Colossus, but Sheth is going to lose all of those units. And again, the Protoss has no retreat path. That's why I didn't particularly like that. But he did kill 2 bases. He's got more attacking the 3rd here. And I think this just might be too much. Take a look. Not a lot of minerals there. Main is mined out. Natural almost mined out. And so Sheth really needed those bases. However, the 5 Ultralists pop. With these Immortals, though, they're going to be able to do a ton of damage versus those Ultras because they get bonus damage versus the armored units, and I unfortunately just think Sheth cannot hold this off. Look at the Protoss bank. He's got a ton of gas, a ton of minerals, a ton of gas, and any moment now I expect the GG from the Zerg player. He's just continuing to battle it out with a small number of units, but he's keeping these units streaming in here for Sheth. And Axslav absolutely made the right decision when he decided to take out this base. Again, I'm not sure I would have gone into that last base. Maybe sent a few units up there, but he took everyone in. Great fungal there to stop these units. And wow, Sheth does hold off this attack. But how far behind is he? Oh my God! Void Ray City! As this is not going to be good. DJ Wheat not paying attention to the Stargates and the mothership that will now inevitably finish this game right here. And sometimes I just get so caught up in the action that no, I don't pay attention to the fact that there are 7 Void Rays on the way. I need another set of eyes, but that's okay. IPL Season 2. We'll be rocking co-casters left and right here. This is such a devastating unit change for Sheth right now. You can see he's got more Hydras out, but there's a lot of gas that goes into those. That means your Infestor count's going to be much lower. It means that you're obviously not going to bring out as many as those ground units, and he still hasn't gotten another base up yet. So look at the amount of minerals that are left here. 80, 35. We've got 500 there, but like 300, 270. So this is going to be a last-ditch effort attack. The income tab tells the story. 1,600 to 500 of income that is coming in right now. Zerg going for these final upgrades, but they simply will not make a difference. The Void Rays are going to move out, and again, this is just going to be such a devastating unit comp, especially with these cannons coming through the back. Infestors will get taken out, and all these units will quickly fall. GG from Sheth. He says GL in the tour. Sheth is not out of it yet. He's dropped to the lower bracket, but EG.Axslav moves on in an amazing 3-game series. Axslav, our Protoss player from Evil Geniuses, comes out ahead. And that was another game for IPL Season 1. I'm DJ Wheat, and we'll see you next time.